Alright, so, yeah, this was my test world. Uh, I got a little bit more going on than I did in the other one, although, yeah, here, I used Tesseracts here. I kind of just had the idea later on that I could have just used the block extenders. But of course, I've got the iron farm, I've got the mob farm that you saw just there, and I actually have the storage system. I ended up putting the liquid chroma infusion thing over here. I have all these focus crystals for it. This is a liquid spiller from Rotarycraft. You literally just power it with the DC engine. I think I've basically just been swapping this drum out. This mob farms just don't really put out that much liquid XP. Well, I guess they actually do put out a lot of liquid XP. They don't put a lot of liquid chroma. But this was the setup I was using for basically charging up the iridescent shards. I have a little bit more void reeds growing. I decided to make one of these things. This was when I figured out that it was just easier and faster to make the crystal stone I needed from just shards instead. Because I think I was still a bit limited on liquid chroma, and I still have to like bucket it around. If I had it hooked up to a couple more spillers, then maybe it would be good. But yeah, this was a little setup for this. Plenty of liquid chroma here. And over here, I've got the canola seeds being put into these two grinders. I ended up making these. I think it is just kind of faster to make the aqueous accumulators, but I do just kind of personally enjoy these. The thirsty tanks. Of course, the lubricant drum is full. And there's the canola seed husks, because, well, that's what they produce. I mean, they're not grinding anymore because it's already full of lubricant. But yeah, and I know without recording, I mean, actually, I'm kind of surprised at the frame rate even with recording. I've got all these ley lines everywhere. I don't think all of my pylons are power crystalled yet. Maybe they are. Are they? No, they're not all of them. Not yet. I think I do have the purification powder for it. Did I have anything sitting in here? Oh, and these are I think these are the tier 3 focus crystals, the ones that take Avolite. Oh, that's that could be an issue. It's not supposed to be like that. I might place a new one down in creative. I'm not sure. Because I definitely... What the fuck is... What the fuck? That's... just wrong? That doesn't even make sense? What? That's a lumen tree. I don't know why on earth it's got a floating I mean, I did have to like rebuild it a couple times to like find a good placement spot for it, because there's actually like one particular block on the very top of it that has to be in range of one of these repeaters. And even more irritatingly, it only works in a very particular like cardinal direction orientation. I don't know why the fuck there was just a random Zambero leaf like floating there. It's not fully grown yet, but this basically acts like a battery. It'll slowly charge off of all of the pylons, and then, you know, if you end up using a whole ton of power, even with power crystals, mostly, well, I don't know how much throughput would really matter, since I still don't have, like, upgraded repeaters, but it basically acts like a big lumen battery. But even better, you can charge yourself off of it, which I'm not going to do a whole ton of, because it's still kind of trying to develop. But yeah, once you make this, and once it's fully charged up, you can see it's actually, like, requesting some of that now. You can charge yourself off of this, so you don't have to run around to all the different pylons to recharge yourself, which is pretty nice. I suppose I will say, I did check one more time in the old world at what my time was in the statistics, and I was at like 1.58 days. Obviously, I have things a little bit more built up here, but given my actual Chromaticraft progress, I'll talk about these in a bit. Given my actual Chromaticraft progress, I think if done efficiently, I could have gotten to this same point. Maybe minus a little bit of resources, but I could have essentially got to the same point with probably at least a full 24 hours shaved off. Now, I did find, because I actually played around a little bit before starting up the stream, and I got something to eat, so I should be hopefully okay for most of the rest of the night. The dimension was actually working fine. Oh, well, this is a weird glitch that happens sometimes when I look at the world gate, at least from that close, is that render will just kind of stick on my screen until I look back at it. But yeah, so my current level of progress is basically, it's to the extent of going into the dimension and then coming back to the overworld. So this is kind of what that looks like. You get this endgame tab, adjacency cores, power crystals, protection beacon, luminescent battery. This is the lumen tree. Transposition core, this is a teleport gate thing you can make. The energy focal point, which sadly I can't actually make this because it requires this lumen core, and the lumen core takes, well, there's radiant, yeah, it takes radiant gems, and radiant gems take this stuff that I cannot see yet. And I suspect that I have to complete at least one dimension puzzle before I get that. I do have this progress. The only thing this progress requires is just finding unknown fragments. But I do not have this, so, you know, just to show that you do not need to find data towers. I did have the Twilight Forest progress already early on, because I made a portal thinking I would use it and never did. It's probably where I would put the fusion reactor, though. And this version also has a couple extra progress things like this. You just plant a crop, grow it, harvest it. Yeah, the world floor. Going to the nether, there's all this stuff. Which, I mean, if you paid enough attention in the previous version, that this is a couple more flags and like slightly differently restructured. I'm not really sure what the fuck this is. But there's broadcasting, top tier crafting, personal enhancement. That's, you know, you gotta make a ritual. Power crystals. Other worlds, that's making and going to the dimension. I'm not quite sure why I don't have that yet. Maybe it has to fully grow. That's odd. Unusual structures. This is, I'm pretty sure, that is the progress for completing a... well, it's either for finding or for completing a puzzle. This is a progress that you like may or may not actually get. I don't actually know how to get this. I don't know if there's anything that's directly locked behind this. It might be a similar situation to the, like, whether or not you need to blow up lumen repeaters or not, the wood repeaters. And then, yeah, there's, like, literally only 3 more flags here, all for, like, the endgame stuff. Like, very endgame stuff, such as completing all 16 different puzzles. Well, the puzzle for all 16 different colors. You're bound to get some repeats. He doesn't actually have 16 completely different puzzles in here yet. Maybe someday he'll get up to 16, but they do kind of sadly they do vary wildly in quality, I guess you could say. Like, there's like 3 different mazes. There's a shifting maze. Honestly, the shifting maze is kind of one that sucks the most, in my opinion. There's a 3D maze. And then there is one that it's called Complex Spaces, but you basically get some like non-Euclidean like geometry in that maze. You know, things like looping back in on itself. Can you not? Why? Why? Oh, that's so dumb. But yet if I look down, it goes away. Okay, then. So, yeah. I think I am going to try to go to the dimension then. If it crashes, then oh well. My solution to that is to set my player NBT to be in the overworld dimension, just with like NBT editor, because otherwise it could get like pretty messy. Well, pretty messy as in like multiple crashes just trying to get out. I don't have Water Strider because I know I've died a couple of times on here. And I haven't completely reclaimed all of the abilities I've had previously. I don't have Peace Broker. I just realized. That's kind of important. But before I go to the dimension, I do need to charge up my lumens a bit. In order to find the dimension puzzles, you have to use this elemental sonar ability. And it just costs a lot of lumens to use. It'll kind of like ping the rough like direction and sort of distance of like each of the puzzles. Oh. What fucking lumens does that take? Pink, red, black, gray. Got red, pink, gray. I'm literally missing black. Okay. Well, it did just turn day, so I guess that's fine. Oh, if this Rescea here, I have an item fabricator, and I'm actually gonna make like 3 more of these. I have this just like pumping out diamonds so that I don't fucking have to worry about diamonds, because when I get into Rotarycraft, I'm probably gonna need a lot of diamonds for like diamond gearboxes. I do kind of miss the older Rotarycraft where you could just make diamond gearboxes right off the bat, pretty much. It used to be that as long as you had the diamonds, you could make the gearboxes. Because the special thing about diamond gearboxes is that although they require a bucket of lubricant to be used, they never consume that lubricant. Whereas with stone or steel, they do consume lubricant. But diamond or bedrock gearboxes do not. I think there might also be tungsten or... Yeah, there's tungsten gearboxes now. Those didn't used to exist. Yeah, NEI isn't gonna like show potential lubricant values. Yeah, I'm gonna go charge up on black. Actually, so I kind of wonder if the dimension not crashing anymore, hopefully, again. I actually went in and out like a couple times, and I had no crashes. Weirdly enough, I do seem to have this biome ID conflict, which I know what the conflict is in the configs. I fixed it in the configs. I have not reloaded the game. Well, I guess you wouldn't see the chat message if I reloaded the game. That's a tile accelerator. It's not going to accelerate how quickly this gets lumens, but it does accelerate the like actual item creation progress bar by quite a bit. Well, literally by 32 times. You can make adjacency cores up to like I don't know, like tier 8 or 9. I know the fastest tile accelerator is like a 256. But the various tiers are gated even further by like dimension stuff. So that's actually the best tile accelerator I can make for my current progression. Okay, yeah, I've got that at least. Okay, I'm kind of remembering where things are in this particular world. Because I do remember that black was actually the furthest on here. But I think it was like 800 blocks, but it was across this ocean. I don't think I have a staff of traveling on me. But yeah, no, aside from like slightly more resources and obviously more progression, most of my items are generally the same. I do have a ring of nutrition. I do have a good handful of enhanced pendants made, which is why I've got all these, and why I think I've only got a regular Rescea pendant on, because my hunger is not full. But I Yeah, I've got Regen 3 on here. Let's see. Oh, I might also sap off of that Asveste pylon. But yeah, no, this is what power crystals look like. You place them on top of the runes, you get 8 of them, and when you use any lumens, in fact, yes, it's still a little bit obnoxious. I'm going to be up here so that can be seen easily. Even though I'm draining it, those power crystals are restoring it almost as fast as I'm draining it, which is to say very quickly. Oh, there we go. I do drain it slightly faster than they can recharge it, but like, I'm already full, and yeah, it's already full as well. This is basically gonna just kill this pylon, but I don't really care. I know my other Asveste pylon does not have power crystals. When you start getting into enhancing your pylons, they'll have this little display on them with the pylon compass. So those 8 diamonds shows that I have 8 power crystals on that pylon, but I do not there. I'd probably be able to activate this now. Probably the only thing I'm not too thrilled about is that my pickaxe here is, like, kind of almost dead. Fuck it, I'll drain this too. Oh, nope, wrong ability. I have another ability, keybound, called Lumen Flood, so whenever I'm underground, I can just activate that and it just lights everything up nearby. I've taken all of the wool out of that temple. That's the Riskeo one. It is really cool to see these ley lines, though. So I mentioned that I'm going to be making 3 more item fabricators. That's all purely going to be for jet fuel. I'll even bring up NEI here. But basically, when I'm ready to do that, I'm going to not be making diamonds anymore. No, I probably want this. So to make jet fuel, well, you can't see it here, but this is a fluid bar for ethanol. So you need ethanol, you need a gas tier, and then you need these 6 items. Blaze powder, pink dye, these 2 are already covered by the crop farm. Also, previously in Rotarycraft, you did not need ethanol liquid, you needed ethanol crystals. That's why this pink dye exists now. But for the rest of it, you need coal dust, netherrack dust, magma cream, and tar sand. Now, there are other ways of getting these items with, like, slightly more involved farms for them, or I guess even in the case of the... you could just set up, like, a boring machine in the overworld and the nether to, like, get these 3 if you really wanted to. But you can also, like, you can make netherrack dust by making netherrack and putting cobblestone in a liquefaction machine with a tiny bit of jet fuel. You'd get more jet fuel out of this than you would use. You don't always use those 6 items every time the fractionation unit creates jet fuel. And the tar sand is actually soul sand, which, if I can see the recipe for regular soul sand, you put sand in with either oil or the lubricant, which, of course, you can just make lubricant. And the idea with the jet fuel being that as long as you had some starter netherrack, you could just kind of like feed it back into itself. With coal, though, you would kind of either need to set up like a wither skeleton farm or a boring machine. And then magma cream, you would need a slime farm, basically. You can farm slimy trees with a woodcutter, like the woodcutter machine, but although I haven't done so myself to see what the actual output is, I know it's not very good. The logic is supposed to be that the woodcutter would pretty much just shred up all of the like slime into nothingness, even though that doesn't really make much sense, and you'd think they would just form back into balls anyways, because it's like not completely a solid material. But anyways, my plan was to literally just use an item fabricator for all 4 of those things. Not the magma cream, because I think magma cream is actually kind of expensive. In here, yeah, it takes a lot of Carmere. But if we go with a slime ball instead and just craft it together, it takes way less lumens overall. It doesn't even take any of this. I mean, I guess it takes these 2 other things, but not the like 12,000 Carmere. And what even was coal? Yeah, even coal is only like 400 of each of those. I could make it like well, they all literally only cost 400. These take so long to make because it wants 97,000 Ruskeia and only 400 of that and 12,000 of that to make 1 diamond. Which I'm gonna just go throw these in the chest. I'm gonna look through some stuff here real quick. Yeah, I have plenty of shards, and these 2 chromastone are going to be used for making an alloy tank whenever I get around to that. These iridescent shards are for crafting other things like the turbo boosted whatever cores. I'm pretty sure I have enough purification powder to make all of the power crystals. I just haven't actually done it yet. Maybe I might have been waiting on what's the word? I think I might have been waiting on liquid chroma. I've got 32 stacks there. Mind you, it takes 6 stacks. Why is it only showing 4 on there? Did I only have like 4 for some weird reason? It's only showing. Some of these are not displaying correctly. Because I'm quite certain on all the pylons that I've built them on, they're full. Because I know damn well Ruskeia is definitely full. A long time ago, it used to be that you could just make power crystals and then put them on the pylons as you need them. But now there's like some kind of violent effects. Hang on a second. Oh, never mind. But now you get, like, some explosions and lightning and shit if you remove a power crystal off of a pylon. May or may not kill you, and I'm pretty sure it also completely drains the pylon, like, instantly. So it's not really something you want to do. You kind of want to put your power crystals on, like, whatever pylons you're going to definitely need them on first, which definitely put it on black first. Always put your power crystals on black first, because power crystals take a lot of Kuro to make. Usually, if you're making your first set of 8, you're going to be waiting a little bit for the Kuro pylon to recharge on its own, because even fully charged, it's not quite enough lumens to craft 8 power crystals. Now, I think, no, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Not yet, anyways. But I do need to fix that casting table somehow. I could go to the NBT editor and try fix it. I don't know. Yeah. Probably not right this second. Let me check my book one more time, because I may or may not actually be able to use the elemental sonar, and I would like it if I could. Green, black, and blue. Hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of uses out of it. I'm not even at my cap either, and 253,000 lumens. Oh, did it? Oh, I didn't realize they displayed while holding this. So when you first go to the dimension, you won't be able to interact with much at all. The most you'll really be able to do is find the exit. But when you find the exit, you will be able, well, you'll come across this stuff, and you'll find out that this is one of the, like, only things that you actually can harvest. And what you do with, I don't know why, I think you're supposed to be able to just throw in a certain amount and it'll just save it. I don't know why it doesn't seem to be doing that. Oh, and actually there was one other thing I wanted to check before I went in there, and of course that's gonna put it's gonna be glowing in my face. Okay, there we go. When I was in the dimension the last time, really? Honestly, I thought I would have more. I thought that these drawers would be full. I mean, they are like 2 stacks of each, which is impressive. I don't know why the fuck I have storage upgrades on here. There's these like really large ore nodes you can find, and I managed to find a really large elemental stone ore node, and I mined the entire thing, and I end up with almost 3 stacks of each type. Which I guess is a lot, because there's like fucking 16 different ones, but you know, considering you need one of every one to make an elemental crystal, that's still kind of... I was hoping for a little bit more. I honestly thought that I would have like 4 stacks of each in there. I do not. But anyways, you'll find this proximal essence. Proximal essence? The dimension is actually called Proxima. But you'll find this stuff on your way out, and you throw this stuff into the portal, and it like tunes in, so that's why, you know, you see these mining icons and the chest icons. This means I'll be able to loot some basic chests in the dimension, and I can, like, actually harvest things. Now, I don't know if, I don't know if I'm wasting them or not, unfortunately. Because if you queue them in, you can kind of sort of see some stuff happen, but like, I don't know if you can tell, but now there is this other thing showing up. I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to be indicating. I know that if I was doing this on the previous version, I would have to throw them in one at a time. I feel like I've seen in the changelogs that got fixed. Like, since then, not even on this version. I think it's been, because that was actually like a couple of versions ago. That was like 29G. This is 31B. I guess we'll see what happens. I think that might be indicating a dimension core. I'm not quite sure. I might have to still loop through a couple more times. I guess one final thing to mention before I actually hop in. Well, so, I mean, yeah, you do need this entire structure to make this portal work. The one singular thing I cheated into this playthrough of it, this test playthrough, was Ethereal Luma. I didn't ever really use it to actually, like, find structures. I only ever got it just for, like, the progress of getting it, and also this. Because, like, you need, like, 8 buckets down there, plus 1 on top, times 4. Now, if you were to give yourself 1 bucket, you can just put it in the item fabricator, which, of course, I had at the time. As long as you put a tank underneath the item fabricator, it'll, like, fill it with whatever fluid of... whatever bucket of fluid you put into it. But, yeah, I guess we'll hop in. Of course, if you were playing on a server, and somebody has one of these built, and you don't have the progress, and you try to go in here, it will just, like, fling you out, and, you'll probably splat pretty hard. You won't actually be able to enter, but I can, because I've got the progress. So yeah, this is the dimension. You can't die here, by the way. You cannot use that as a method of escape. Well, can you die here? I don't know. You might be able to use that as a method of escape, but I think it's actually very hard to get yourself killed here. Because, like, you don't even take fall damage. But yeah, even without moving around, there are a couple things on the minimap. There's that patch of glowing stuff there. These shimmering trees. You do have a pretty rare chance of finding a shimmering tree sapling in any regular randomly generated dungeon loot. But if for some reason you haven't found one yet, they're everywhere here. Well, when I find one that I can like reach with a pickaxe without launching myself up, I'll show why they are special. Now these like glowing energy cracks, weirdly you can't break the blocks that they're on, but if you kind of dig underneath them, because they only make the first 2 layers unbreakable, and go in a bit, we should be able to see a bunch of ore. This one has platinum. I know this is the ore of... Well, I know this is what the node is made of, because platinum ore from ElecriCraft is not supposed to normally generate in this pack, but I think this basically will just generate almost any kind of ore. So I guess it's kind of like the Thaumic Tinker Bedrock dimension in that way. Well, if you just hunt for these, that's kind of a similar vibe. Well, I guess the ones from Kami are a little bit bigger, but it's a lot easier to find them here. So there's only like a couple types of basic like things you can find. There's these, which these have little chests underneath them. They'll have some type of crystal lamp on top, and you just dig inside. World gen lag, maybe? I have a feeling this is world gen lag. It would be very ironic for it to just crash here, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. Oh, okay. Yeah, these chests have all sorts of random stuff in them. We got mycelium Tahara tree dye. Normally you can only, well, normally this, I guess, if you don't mess with the configs, this is the only way to get this. But Chromaticraft does have config settings if you don't want, like, the vanilla dye versions, as in lapis and bone meal, dropping from your Chromaticraft dye trees. You can change some configs, and you'll get these dye items instead. I guess if you want to make them a little less OP. We got a couple of cave crystals. I guess I'll take them. There's like gold ore, these like random ingots, like silver ingot from Rotarycraft. Rotarycraft only even, like, I don't even need these. I actually got these from a different chest when I went through here previously. There's some chroma berries, colored glowstone, colored oakwood planks, colored cobblestone, these flowers. These just have all sorts of random things in them. I think there's even a tiny chance to find another star. Like, tiny chance. I mean, if you get to this point, you've already killed a wither anyways. You'd have to have at least killed one wither. What's in here? We've got some moss patches from Twilight Forest. These are normally a thing you craft. I don't fucking bother with it. Why do I have draconium dust from Rotarycraft? God damn it. Rotarycraft adds, like, its own versions of almost every mod's, like, ingot and dust resources. I do not have Draconic Evolution in here. I've never played with it. Probably never will. But there you go. Draconium dust. A boosted Galazio shard. That's actually kind of worth taking. Entropy infused stone. So yeah. I don't usually waste my time looking at these chests, but I don't know, I guess you could, like, find some cool stuff. But if you want cave crystals, you just find these fucking things. These huge geodes. These are, by the way, grouped by, the same groups that you use in making crystal cores. So, like, these are the 4 types of crystals you use in making, I think, orange, crystal clusters. And then you can see that there's a couple others on my map. Like there's one up here. I'm not going to be using the sonar ability quite yet, because I don't think I'll be able to. But yeah, there's all this. The 2 grays, white and black. Of course, there is the one that has a ton of purple crystals in it, which happens to be this one. So if you really need Zambaro crystals late game, you can just come to the dimension and find yourself some of these. Every time the game freezes up while I'm here, I, like, fully, like, not even mad, just fully expect it to crash, and every time so far, I've been completely pleasantly surprised that it hasn't. And I don't know why it's not, but I'm not going to question it, because don't question good things. So yeah, if you really need cave crystals at this point, like, you're completely covered. I am almost always curious what type of ore it's gonna be, though, when I look in these. Really, I don't even need to be, like, duplicating diamonds. Oh, look, more of that. I'm probably not gonna spend my time on that right now, though. Let's see, there's these things. They're mostly just a visual decoration, but these, like, void rifts. Oh, is it gonna crash? No, it didn't. Surprised, every time. Oh, you get these, like, tiny silverwood trees. One of these is gonna be, like, diamonds or emeralds, and it'll be amazing. Although, I think at this... Oh, redstone. That's not bad. If I happen to see one that's emeralds, I probably will mine it a little bit. Yeah, it's a void rift. As far as I'm aware, there isn't really anything to, like, do with them, but they're, This is not actually an exit, by the way. If you drop down there, I'm quite certain you'll just hit the bottom of the hole. I think it's only rendering the sky because it's just, like, too far. I do see a bunch of gold ore over there, though, because there's a glowing crack. I'm pretty certain you can actually harvest these. Maybe you can't. Or maybe I don't have enough portal tuning. But I thought you could harvest those. Of course, they come in all the colors. and they look pretty cool. Let's see here. I guess I'll, like, check out a couple of these. Normally I don't, but... Oh, is it gonna crash? No, it did not. I almost have enough faith that I might be able to find and complete a puzzle. Raw uranium ingot. Troll bear, huge lily pad. Just Karari leaves. Why not? I am trying to see if I can find an exit, though. I'm surprised I haven't yet. Oh. Are we getting a crash? No, we didn't. Mind you, the dimension starts from a whole new world seed every time you join it. I think you can log out, like if you're in single player, I think you can log out and rejoin. Maybe, I'm not sure. If you get to some puzzles and such, you can find these persistence crystals that you can place down, and they'll act like sort of like a type of chunk loader. Normal chunk loaders do not work at all in the dimension, like at all, do not work. But the persistence crystals will kind of like they will keep the dimension loaded if you've like logged out, or like say you're on a server and you end up having like connection issues. Because if you're on a server, usually world gen with Reika's mods is not kind to the TPS. Oh, did we get a crash? Oh, that was bizarre. Oh, invalid biome ID. It went so long without that. It's weird that it showed the server closed message. It actually went a pretty long time. If I got lucky, I might be able to beat a puzzle. Because, I mean, all it really requires at minimum is reaching a puzzle. Although the caveat with that is usually you have to travel several thousand blocks. There's a reason I am not doing all 16 puzzles. You can literally use, like, 14 hours or more trying to do all the puzzles. Probably more so on the side of more. Now, when we load back in, there may or may not be some, like terrain borders. There's a good chance it'll probably keep the terrain we've already generated, but then starting a new seed for the rest of it. I was actually really having some high hopes. I mean, if it can last that long before a crash, then there's a chance that I could at least complete a puzzle, which I might try to do tonight if I can. Assuming that I can make it to a puzzle before another crash, and also assuming it's a puzzle that I can do. I think out of all of them, there's only one puzzle that I have not been able to complete totally legitimately. It's this, like, jigsaw, what do you fucking call those things? Like the 1 to 9 numbers. In the grid. I don't know why I can't fucking remember. I don't know. I cannot for the life of me remember what the fuck the puzzle's called. But it's a puzzle where you got the, like, grid, like the grid of 9 boxes, and you know, all the boxes have, you know, also a grid of 9, and you have to number 1 through 9 without repeating any 1s or 9s in the same boxes or columns or rows. There's a puzzle that's that, except a jigsaw version, and for the numbers, instead of numbers, you are using cave crystals. Which, I mean, yeah, that's 16, but one of the final puzzles actually requires you to use all 16 colors. Yeah, that's the one I want. And yeah, the dimension has all its own custom music and everything. It's like the one thing I didn't fucking mention, but I guess I didn't really need to. There's actually like 12 different tracks, and in fact you actually like unlock a couple of them by completing the dimension. Or, well, I know you at least unlock one of them by completing the dimension. Where's it gonna put me? Yeah, of course. Whenever you, like, reload into the dimension, I guess as a safety precaution to keep you from, like, suffocating to death, which this kind of tells me that it probably did wipe the world. But it will generate a pocket of air around you and shielding cloak. Although, really, he could use it. He could really use something other than Shielding Cloak that isn't completely fucking pitch black. Oh, we're getting some lag. Oh, I guess also to mention, that means that some of those config changes have applied. Yeah, I think this is like completely new from before. Of course, I don't think Journey Map will quite recognize. You saw it kind of re-render there. Wait a second. Is there actually a thing there, or? Ah. Well, yep. That sucks. I guess the dimension is probably not happening after all. So I have to go into NBT edit and fix that. Well, there isn't really a fix that. It's move my player character to the overworld. Although I am going to end up being wherever those coordinates are. It's probably not going to be that far from spawn, honestly. But yeah, that sucks. Well, I guess I can have the game reloading while I'm doing this. I just realized the only way that I would be able to change the casting table NBT is if I knew exactly what fucking region it was even in both saves. I guess I could just log into the one save, use like a detect item or whatever the fuck. I don't know if F3 would tell me or not. Well, I could, like, you know, there's tools for plugging in coordinates and getting a region file. Well, in the old save, it probably is. The older save, well, yeah, in the other save, it's probably in region 0, I would think. I'm still loading. I don't know if I'm going to find it before it does. I think at minimum I'm gonna have to go into both saves. I'm gonna go into this older one first, just get the coordinates. Yeah, no, I really thought that I could do dimension stuff, but I guess not, and that's a shame. Yeah, of course it's gonna be dumb, because I do not remember the coordinates at all. Suppose I could alternatively just like look back on the streams or whatever, but oh well. Too bad the fucking dimension portal still doesn't seem to properly save its tuning data. Oh, come on. I guess I'll also be able to show the statistics. Yeah, 1.59 days. And let me just get right on top of this casting table. Please, on like actually on it. Look up and so is it -16, -4? Post a screenshot. Oh, let's also make sure this, like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, it wouldn't have even been time for my fucking split anyways, because I didn't upgrade the damn structure. Oh, well. Save and quit. While that's loading, I'm trying to figure this out. 246. 48. I mean, why? I don't know why there's a Y section. I mean, I guess that's probably gonna be like 6. I don't know. That's weird. Okay. It's gonna be -16, -3. So a lot of entries for the stands. Focus crystal repeater, focus crystal, liquid chroma. Repeater, liquid chroma, item stand, liquid chroma, item stand, chroma, item stand, repeater, chroma, ritual table. It should have actually been this one, right? Okay, I don't know why the calculator told me -3 when it's actually -4, exactly as my F3 screen said. I guess I'll join the other world, and it's probably gonna have me like in midair somewhere. I did make sure to I lowered my Y level to 80. I don't know where it's gonna put me, but hopefully I won't fall fucking 40 blocks and die. Are, unless the counts are the recipes you've made. Oh no, there's actually like a recipes entry. But really, that's what kind of sucks the most. Where am I? So I just gently float down. Okay, thank God I have I have the Peace Broker on. But yeah, base is gonna be this way. I think it looks like, even though I don't appear to have any waypoints. Game. Please. Okay. I don't need the shielding stone. I thought I got rid of those. Maybe I didn't. I don't need that. I know that for a fact. I probably really don't need this either, honestly. Okay, I do have my glider. Yeah, in this world I had a couple of pylons, like, actually very close to me. This isn't actually spawn, by the way. Spawn is like a couple hundred blocks that way. Scanner? Yeah, it's a scanner. Portable scanner. Because I'm willing to bet that that casting table has nothing on it. I don't fucking know why. Is it redstone and iron? I guess it was nice to get those elemental stones when I did. So, might take a little bit to figure this out. Let's see, negative 260. $241. Negative 17 and 15. Negative 1.0. I'm going to leave. That is not quite what I want. I know you can't see the NBT editor right now, but even though it unfortunately will only have the crafting and recipe data for my previous one. Yeah. You know, do I have somehow I don't think I have any kind of backup. Okay, I guess we'll see if the casting table is any different. I'm probably going to break it and replace it before I actually look into it, just to avoid any weird crash that might happen. Okay. I can live with that. I don't know if there's any way of like refreshing whatever thing you happen to have open in NBT Edit or not. but I think that'll work. I mean, it saves me from having to just, like, craft, I don't know, a shit ton of crystal stone or something. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to have all of the recipe data that I actually had in this world, such as making power crystals, some of the cores, some of the different items, the item fabricators, the portal stuff, but it will have, like, repeaters and multi-runes and all the different runes and everything. It just kind of sucks for some of the higher end thing. Oh, also, like, it's not going to have crystal stars, because I never crafted those in the old world. I think it will have the elemental cores. Yeah, it will have the elemental cores. It just won't have the crystal stars, and of course it won't have, like, the tile accelerator or anything. That is important because when you make a crafting, a casting delegate, which is all the way at the end here. Oh, god fucking damn it. All the way at the end here, the casting delegate. This allows you to auto-craft. I think you do need the item insertion stand things for this to work. Originally you did not, but I think it does need that. Of course, it requires all these things and more, chroma stone. Energized transformation core. Yeah, it's not going to have any of the different types of cores, because I never made any of the types of cores in the previous world. But at least it will have a lot of the basic recipes, I hope. But yeah, the casting delegate will only auto-craft recipes that you have made at least one time. And of course that data is actually saved to the casting table instead of the player, which, I mean, that makes sense, but in this particular case that kind of sucks. Oh yeah, this is like parts of the like sapling rotation thing that I designed, except the vines deleted the fucking chest, and they would also keep deleting the pipes, and I eventually was just like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. So now they're just doing Riscea because that's what I left in there last. I've got this little transmutation flame here. That is actually how I made all of the purification powder. Just really by just throwing berries into it. But yeah. Sucks that I am not going to have turbocharged pylons. Because if I could get that far in, like, a speed run, then I would do it. I would not do the whole dimension, because that's a waste of my time. And, I don't know, I would have to look into it, but I think that the, I think the turbocharged repeaters, sadly, are behind completing the dimension. Let's do a chroma debug all, or no, because that's not the fucking chroma prog. Debug all. Missing research, yeah. Mob-seek recharge, turbo, structure passwords, turbo repeater, laser ability. Nuker, Dimension 3, Network, Optimizer, Pylon Turboing, Warp Location, Trees. Oh man, I'm never gonna get Warp Location. Oh fuck. That sucks. You literally get an ability that, like, you know how with most of these map mods, which I guess, speaking of which, home. Most of these map mods, if you're in like creative mode or whatever, you can just teleport to your waypoints. Post Dimension, you get an ability that lets you just do that. You can set waypoint. Well, I don't know if you could just set arbitrary waypoints. I think you have to be at the location at least. I think. But you can set your current locations and save them to a list, and then basically just teleport to them at will. Any dimension, anywhere. Well, except Proxima, because that. But yeah. That's a shame. I mean, I guess it means that if I really, like, want to have a teleport connection somewhere, then, like, this actually is useful. Because really, if you have the, if you have that ability, then, like, all of that teleportation stuff is, like, useless, because you can just literally teleport anywhere. Some of those other endgame abilities include no clip. No clip. Well, it's actually no clip X-ray. It allows you to phase through the world, and assuming you have some way of flying, you can just fly around and see all of the ore nodes, and it's ridiculous. There's another one, I think, called, like, Sky Ember that lets you just, like, rain down, like, meteors from the sky. You can just, like, completely destroy entire areas. It gets pretty ridiculous. God, I have way too many fucking ender flowers here. I will say, the most surprising thing is that even though I'm streaming, for whatever reason in this world, I don't know if it's just the newer versions of his mods, if, like, something was optimized in such a way. Maybe, I don't actually know. But just my frame rate's, like, a lot better, and there's so much more shit here. I don't have any of those, like, ArchiSections, like, dynamic loading blocks anywhere. I mean, you can kind of see that from my casting table, because, well, you can see the whole thing. Obviously, I don't have one at my farm here. Do I have a chunk loader? Yeah, I've got that one chunk loader there. I have not checked this iron farm in a pretty good minute. That's pretty fucking respectable. That will get me a good distance into Rotarycraft. So no dimension puzzle tonight. Probably not able to happen, sadly. Right. I have 3 crystal stars. Those item fabricators require crystal stars in order to make, because it needs these energized transformation cores, and they also need energy cores. And the thing with the energized cores is, instead of a crystal core, they take crystal stars, which nether star and 4 elemental cores, and of course 1 of every boosted shard. It would figure that the most annoying part of that is actually the elemental cores. But luckily, the dimension decided to cooperate just enough earlier to solve my issues with that. So I'm going to throw that there. Oh yeah, I've got these three, which of course yeah, I think this is going to one of the gold chests. That's going to the drawer setup over there. Currently this one is just linked to this drawer for the stone, because a lot of times I'm using this hammer. Oh yeah, I think previously it was 285 pages, so there's like 4 more pages in this one. But the most that I can actually get is 262. Which is really unfortunate. A lot of the endgame Chromaticraft stuff is, like, actually super cool, but yep, it's not gonna play nice. This has no use, which sucks. This was going to have a use, but then he created the data tower things. I mean, there's still this fragment with this structure, but it does nothing extra for a pylon if you decide to build it. Enhance ritual altar. I think you have to do this for a couple of the endgame ones. Like, they actually require this. I don't quite remember. That's what the transposition gate looks like. These are, of course, like teleporters. You can use any dimension, any location, except that you have to build it. Relay amplification. You can make these meteor tower things, which, like, I've seen in videos. They look really cool, but it's like, if you've got Peace Broker, then you really don't need them. Same kind of for this. I mean, I guess it would probably keep you from dying or whatever if you were, like, purposefully doing some sort of dangerous activity, but yeah, there's actually like 3 levels of meteor towers. Lumen tree. I suppose that's like one more progress I might get, is if that lumen tree completely fills up. Oh yeah, green meteor tower. That's the first one. But yeah, there's this thing. Oh yeah, so if you're like partway through, you know, trying to put items down for one recipe and then you realize you need to take them all out to do a different one, I guess that's what that's for. Well, it sucks that you get it this, like, ridiculously late. And the fact that this gives you 3 of them tells me that they're a consumable item. But this is the Luma capsule that didn't exist in the older version. Yeah, so this literally just gives you the Luma, the ethereal Luma effect, except as a pendant. Aura cleaner. This is actually an ingredient item that allows you to make an aura cleaner pendant. You actually have to do the final recipe in Thaumcraft infusion. I don't know if I collected any float stone. I might have. This is like one of the things you get from first entering the dimension, is ability to make these. I'm not quite sure what the point of this recipe is. I don't know if this gives you like step assist or something, because it really doesn't fucking say. But normally you either use iron boots, or you can use bedrock boots, or well, bedrock spring boots Are those the options? Okay. This might give you step assist, I'm not quite sure. Did I grab floatstone, like, ever? I don't know where the fuck I would have put it, even if I did. Oh yeah, the stuff you get from Ender Flowers, I don't know, he changed the name and the texture for some reason. I don't know if I ever collected any floatstone. It's possible I didn't because I had to do the stupid portal tuning. I mean, I might get that at some point. That's, like, actually kind of feasible for me to get. Because floatstone boots just... They just give you creative flight. You know, it's a late game enough item. Might as well give you creative flight, I guess. Especially if this recipe actually gives you the step assist. That would be very nice. Or a purification gem. This allows you to use your pendants normally in the nether without getting the negative effects that normally just, like, fucking kill you. Sadly, these are not quite a pure upgrade from the original teleport tablets. You actually have to bind these to a transposition gate. Unfortunately. Even though it gives you, like, 16. And, yeah. I think all that stuff is... I mean, I guess it does require actually beating the dimension, which is a pretty big time sink. But there are non-user reasons why it's a pretty big time sink. So, I don't know. If this gave you, like, 4, then, like, maybe. If that gave you 4 and... Well, either if that one gave you 4 and this one you could just use as an upgraded teleport tablet, which I'm referring to this recall tablet, because this only works in the same dimension and it has a range of 2,000 blocks. You also have to be in view of the sky in order to actually use it. If the other one did not have those limitations, even though it... I mean, I guess at this point of the game, those aren't really that expensive anyways. The boosted shards are a little annoying, but it gives you 16. Then, like, it'd be fine, but this requiring a transposition gate kind of blows. Discharge gun. I don't know why it's that expensive. It lets you do this, like, discharge attack that goes through walls. To be fair, Bezier crystals are kind of more useful. Well, yeah, kind of. But yeah. If I had access to this material, even if I had, like... Even if I had it unlocked and I could just gather 1 so that I could recreate it in the transmutation flame, then I would make getting all pylons turbocharged a requirement as well. But I can't. My only hope would be if these somehow get uncovered by doing that lumen tree progress, but I really don't think that's a thing. That could also be a progress for breaking the leaves of the lumen tree. Speaking of which, it's looking looking pretty good. But there was this little fucking weirdo floating out here. Oh. Okay. I didn't know if that would give me any kind of progress or not. I guess that's a bit of a spoiler, though. I mean, it's clearly not linked to the rest of the tree in any sort of way. But yeah, if you break the leaves of this, you get boosted shards. I don't think it's an efficient way of getting these shards in terms of, like, you know, versus making them in item fabricators. But I guess it's a passive way. Because you don't need to make 16 item fabricators. You just grow a lumen tree. And if you want all of the boosted shards you're ever going to use, you just break all of the leaves. And you will have an unbelievable amount of boosted shards. Actually, that's kind of especially nice that those were Zamberu. I was low on that one. It's also surprising that that tiny little leaf gave me like 25 of those. I think what I'm going to do is work on making some more power crystals, though. So yeah, we're going to take these. I don't quite remember. Well, I might have shards in here. I have some. I'll use these. A stack of that, a stack of that. I guess I'd rather use black than white. Would I? Whatever. It'll be fine. So yeah, we're gonna go through and make some power crystals. I think this is going to give me enough for 2 pylons. Because I think I just grabbed like 12 stacks of purification powder. And I know I made enough. I made enough purification powder to boost all of the pylons, plus like a couple extra stacks just for any miscellaneous crafting I might have to do. But now, which I guess great timing, that's almost full anyways. This is going to use a lot of chroma. Take that out and put that one in, and then we're going to go put this one back over here. It's too bad that's not like... I don't think I have... I could have put a trap door there, maybe? Well, no. Because you can't make floating trapdoors in this. It's not that new of a Minecraft version. This is 1.7, which is way too fucking old. Is this on? Yeah, it's on. I have a sound muffler. So, yeah. These are pretty quickly when you've got some focus crystals. And I don't have to worry about them flying all over the place because this Ender Collector will just pick them up. And the spiller is pretty fast. And yeah, that just like instantly went there. What's the highest tier of these that I can make? Ah, damn. That sucks. I guess it's just these, which these aren't the refined ones. I think the ones I have around the table are. But this is still pretty fast. And there is only like a limited amount of times you really have to do this. There we go. What happened there? Yeah, this one, of course, I get all of the armor pieces stuck up in there. That should be all of them. I don't know how many I have left to do. Yeah, see, because yeah, earlier a couple of them were not quite rendering properly. I have most of them. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, I've got 11. I think I want to do as Veste. Maybe Vidali. Oh, either Vidali or Carmier. Because I know I actually like need Carmier for the Pylon Surge, but because I could just do it for the two that I literally have no energy for. I don't know. It's not a huge deal. Power crystals, and this is what these take. Iridescent crystal chunks. Which is this. This is also why you need a pretty good amount of binding crystals. It is very satisfying to just make these by the stacks. Oh, well, I didn't need to... Yeah, there we go. Then I need a bunch of obsidian, and you get some pretty good XP drops. I had, what, like 66 levels, and now I'm at 80 from making these. But yeah, you split them up into 6, and yep, 16. What the hell am I getting? I need glowstone. I actually need a good amount more glowstone than this. But I think I have a solution for that. Do I have any drawers? Well, any more drawers? I think I gotta make a couple. What's in my bag? Oh, okay. Oh, look at that, just that fucking transformation core sitting here. Oh, that's... yeah, I knew I had a fourth one. That's got all the shards on it. Just a random raw crystal. So... let me think. I think I actually need, like... I want to make these as the dark oak ones. I'm gonna need a drawer for the saplings, one for the logs, and one for the glowstone dust. Ooh. Oh. I must have... yeah, I literally had it on me. It really is so cool to see, like, the atom fabricator making something. You can actually use them to make nether stars if you really want. I guess you could have an item fabricator making nether stars and then have one of those nether star generators for your power. I'm not going to be doing that. I could, but I'm not going to. You know, oh, fuck it. I don't know why I didn't just do all of them. Even though I only need 3. I do have a lot of obsidian, because the Void Link bucket works very well in this version. So we're going to do that. make the rest of these into upgrades. Very good. Yeah, this is the shimmering sapling. Okay, because I just needed the logs. Interestingly enough, these actually will not drop glowstone unless you use Fortune. And of course, if you have Fortune 5, then they kind of just shit it out. How do I want to do this? Because I could put a drawer there. I don't know if I want to. So I do kind of want 2 here. I don't think there's a goddamn use for this. You can throw it in a sawmill for like a chance of getting a little bit more glowstone. But aside from that, it's nothing. And they're not even like a good fuel. So this one's getting a void upgrade. Frankly, I'm probably just going to put all 3 of these storage upgrades into the glowstone one. You know what? You are going to have the saplings, which I'm going to do that. You're going to have the glowstone dust. That's not really how I want to do that. Fuck you, fucking axe, bitch, fuck, god, fuck, cunt, fuck. Quickly now, give me the rest of the drawers. Fuck me. Okay. Spruce. Right? Yeah. Oh, god damn. This is horrible. God, it's so many items. That, and I probably don't have a lot of inventory space. Okay. God damn it. Crisis averted, I guess. Oh, there's a little over here. And, I don't know, I guess I must have had a torch here. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I know I had, like, a stack of this, a stack of that. I'm not sure why I'm not wearing this, actually. I was just, like, super unlucky and never got one of those in the other world. Yeah, there. Good. And, I'm fairly certain these pipes are intelligent enough to not make that a fucked decision. And that's just going to hold a stupid amount of glowstone. Why are those trees... What? Why is that still floating? I guess I'll demonstrate. Yeah. But if I use this, it dropped a couple saplings, which is, that's actually good. But no extra glowstone. So you need glowstone. Well, you need fortune if you're gonna get glowstone. And look at it already go. Okay, yeah, that's only on one fine, I think. It is really neat to watch this thing charge up. You just, like, get all the colors randomly. But anyways, all that just to make the fucking glowstone that I need for this thing. Maybe an Asveste pendant would be worth it if it lets me jump over those. I know it would. But... And... yeah. I know that's how much obsidian I actually need. Now, I do have power crystals on the 3 colors that you actually need to make these. I think that's black, yellow, and blue. Excuse me? Excuse me? Do I have... Okay, you know what? I didn't want to do it, but I think I have to. As long as I don't fuck anything up too goddamn important. Where even is the casting table? There. That's just wrong. Do I have to be in like debug mode or some dumb shit? Was it 1715? I really thought placing what a creative mode would fix my problems. Evidently, I was wrong. I think I got that progress, like, correctly? This is wrong, though. I should definitely be able to make these. Did the debug test just like fully grow the lumen tree? I think it did. Son of a bitch. That is not what I was hoping for. I think the debug test instantly grew my lumen tree. That is not what I was trying to do. Obviously. Oh, that's... I don't want that kind of casting table either. Fuck. Just see the mobs floating in the sky. I'm not going to do progress all. That's the one thing I'm refusing to do. I mean, I was going to get that one progress, like, sooner or later anyway, so I'm not really, like, too upset about that. I guess it just gives me that one thing. I'm kind of wondered about that. Yeah, all you do is you just add these little bits at the bottom here. I don't even really know what the fuck it does. I think it might just like give you lumens passively. Maybe I could be completely wrong about that. I don't know. Let's just let that go again. Okay, it didn't screw with my lumen buffer at least. What the fuck was I gonna grab? Oh, yeah. I do need to make, like, 2 more. But that's fine. At least I can still do that. Fuck. That is in these spots. Oh, I think you have to... I think there's, like, another upgrade thing that you can do, but it requires, well, more dimension stuff. Yeah, no, I'm not quite sure what that does. Maybe it makes the lumen loss from drawing on it, less? Not really sure. Oh, that is my cap. Which makes sense, I guess. Oh, because that's orange. It is neat how they follow you afterwards. I still need some pink. Then I can go around to the other side and fill up on the rest. And it will be amazing to finally have a completely full lumen buffer. Normally it's supposed to kind of like ding a lot more. Yeah, like that. Well, I guess I'm full on purple, but I guess I might not be close enough to hear the top ones. Oh. Actually used a leaf off of it. Completely charged. That is pretty nice. But yeah, as for this, I think I'm gonna probably end the stream here, and I'm gonna hopefully fix that. It's gonna be a lot of off-camera fiddling around, and then it's actually pretty late, so I need to be going to bed anyways. But yeah, hopefully I can get this fixed. I think the only reason this casting table screwed up is because of the... Well, really, I don't even know why it would have, because I don't think I accidentally logged into this world on the old version. Maybe I did. I might have. That could have screwed it up. It's entirely possible. But yeah, that'll be it for tonight.